Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the chilling world of haunted schools across Canada. From ghostly apparitions to eerie sounds echoing in empty hallways, these schools have stories that will send shivers down your spine. Join us as we explore the haunted histories of 15 locations where the echoes of the past still linger. Are you ready to uncover the supernatural secrets hidden within these walls? 1. Calling Lake School, Alberta. In a quiet, remote part of Alberta, the abandoned Calling Lake School sits, forgotten but not alone. Locals whisper of strange happenings within its walls. On moonless nights, shadowy figures drift down the hallways, and visitors often feel the prickling sensation of being watched. Disembodied voices echo through the empty classrooms, where once the laughter of children filled the air. The school's foundation rests on sacred indigenous land, and some believe that ancient spirits guard it, disturbed by the construction. These spirits, some say, are responsible for the eerie moaning sounds that rise with the wind and the inexplicable cold spots that freeze the air even in the height of summer. Those brave enough to enter the building recount seeing phantom children standing in the corners of the rooms, vanishing as quickly as they appear. The school's long-forgotten playground creaks at night, as if unseen children are still swinging under the cover of darkness. 2nd Prince Edward Collegiate Institute, Ontario. This century-old school is a labyrinth of Gothic architecture and hidden secrets. Students and staff report hearing footsteps echo in empty hallways, following them from the shadows. The lights flicker unnervingly, often going out when no one is nearby. Legend tells of a former headmistress who roams the halls, her stern figure glimpsed in reflections on polished floors. In the auditorium, chairs creak as if someone is taking a seat, and the piano keys occasionally strike a haunting note, though untouched by human hands. An old bell, long disconnected, still tolls at the stroke of midnight. Those who have wandered into the basement have reported hearing the soft hum of a choir singing in Latin, but no voices were ever found. The janitor's quarters, untouched for decades, still smell of pipe tobacco, though no one has lived there for years. 3. Concordia University College of Alberta. The ghostly apparitions that haunt Concordia University College date back to its founding in the early 20th century. It is said that during the construction of the college, a worker tragically died in an accident, and his presence has lingered ever since. In the oldest part of the building, students have witnessed a shadowy figure, tall, broad-shouldered, roaming the corridors late at night. Lights flicker as he passes, and cold air rushes through rooms, causing papers to scatter. In the library, some have reported books mysteriously falling from shelves, as if disturbed by unseen hands. The bell tower, once used to call students to class, occasionally rings by itself, often on the anniversary of the worker's death. Late at night, those brave enough to stay in the building claim they can hear the faint sound of hammering, as if someone is still trying to complete the job they never finished. 4. Princess Elizabeth School, Hamilton, Ontario. The decaying structure of Princess Elizabeth School is a terrifying sight even in daylight, but it is under the cover of night when the real horror unfolds. The building's dilapidated exterior hides the dark tales of its haunted past. The school was shut down in the late 1970s, and since then, explorers have claimed to see a young girl dressed in an old-fashioned uniform wandering the corridors. Her hollow eyes seem to search for something, or someone. Whispers of laughter and soft giggles echo through the empty hallways, but when followed, they lead to nowhere. Cold spots are frequent, particularly in room 203, where it's said a student once collapsed and died under mysterious circumstances. The playground equipment, though rusty and broken, swings gently as if moved by invisible hands. Doors creak open on their own, revealing rooms that appear frozen in time, with old books and desks eerily untouched by time. 5. Abandoned Northern Ontario High School. Standing in stark isolation, the abandoned Northern Ontario High School is more than just a decaying structure. It's a vessel for the paranormal. Built in the mid-20th century, the school was abandoned after numerous safety concerns, but urban explorers who venture inside report something far more chilling than broken floors and peeling paint. Apparitions have been seen roaming the empty classrooms, and a deep sense of dread hangs in the air. The most terrifying experiences happen in the gymnasium, where phantom games are said to occur. Footsteps echo across the gym floor, and the sound of a basketball bouncing can sometimes be heard, though the court is deserted. Many visitors have seen shadow figures in the stairwells, and a particularly dark presence has been felt near the auditorium, which was once the site of a tragic accident involving a student. No one knows who or what now occupies the forgotten space, but it's clear that the school has become a permanent home for something not of this world. 6. Sir John Franklin High School, Yellowknife. Sir John Franklin High School might seem like an ordinary school to most, but beneath the surface lies a darker secret. The northern lights may dance in the sky, but strange lights also flicker within the school after dark, illuminating empty hallways. Students and teachers have frequently reported cold spots that move as if alive. An old janitor, known for his fondness of working late nights, died unexpectedly in the school decades ago, and some believe his spirit never left. His ghostly figure has been seen polishing floors and sweeping long-abandoned corners of the building. In the gym, doors slam shut without reason, and basketballs are heard bouncing on their own. The eerie chill that grips anyone walking through the school late at night is said to be his lingering presence, as if he's still maintaining his nightly routine. 7. McKay Avenue School, Edmonton. Now functioning as a museum, McKay Avenue School is steeped in history and haunted by the past. Visitors often report a distinct feeling of unease as they explore the darkened corridors. The spirits of former students are said to linger here, their laughter sometimes echoing down the hallways. One particularly active spirit is that of a young boy, often seen playing on the staircase before vanishing into thin air. Some staff have experienced items moving on their own, particularly in the old classrooms where desks and chairs seem to rearrange themselves overnight. Cold drafts sweep through the building, and late-night museum workers have reported hearing the faint scratching of chalk on blackboards, though no one is there. 8. Craigflower Schoolhouse, Victoria, British Columbia. Craigflower Schoolhouse, one of the oldest in Canada, holds a dark, lingering energy from its past. The walls seem to hum with the history of the early settlers, and at night, strange noises resonate throughout the building. The ghost of an old schoolteacher is said to haunt the premises, still overseeing her long-gone pupils. Those who have entered the schoolhouse after hours report seeing her pacing in front of the blackboard, her eyes following them as they move. At times, the faint sound of children's laughter can be heard, though the schoolhouse has been empty for decades. Visitors feel an intense chill when passing through the back rooms, where it's rumored that disciplinary actions once took a darker turn, and the ghostly forms of punished children are said to still linger in the shadows. 9. Unionville Public School, Ontario. Once a bustling center of learning, Unionville Public School now stands eerily silent, its once lively hallways now filled with dust and shadows. After it was abandoned in the 1980s, rumors quickly spread that the school was haunted. Many believe that the spirit of a former teacher who died unexpectedly still lingers here, her presence felt by those who dare to enter. Visitors report hearing the sound of chalk scratching on the blackboards late at night, though the classrooms remain empty. Cold drafts rush through the building, particularly in the basement, where old desks are scattered as if left in a hurry. The auditorium is said to be the most haunted spot, where a faint, eerie singing can be heard, as if a long-forgotten school choir is still performing. Those who stay too long claim to see the shadow of a figure, watching them from the stage before disappearing into the dark. St. Michael's College School, Toronto. Founded in the mid-1800s, St. Michael's College School has always carried a sense of deep history and an air of mystery. Students and staff alike have reported strange occurrences over the years, from doors opening and closing on their own to lights flickering when no one is nearby. One particularly unnerving tale revolves around the old chapel, where a long-dead priest is said to appear late at night, his footsteps echoing across the wooden floors. In the dormitories, students have felt cold drafts and the unmistakable sensation of being watched, though no one is there. The school's attic, sealed off for decades, is rumored to house the spirit of a former headmaster who passed away suddenly. Some who have ventured near its entrance have heard soft, muffled voices, as though a conversation from the past is still taking place within the sealed walls. 11th Franklin Street Public School, Ontario. Franklin Street Public School is more than just a decaying structure. It is a gateway to the unknown. Since the school was abandoned in the early 1990s, it has become a hotspot for ghost hunters and thrill seekers. Stories of paranormal encounters abound, with many visitors reporting the sensation of being followed by an unseen presence. Cold spots manifest suddenly, particularly in the gymnasium, where the faint sound of children's laughter has been heard despite the building being empty for years. The most chilling tales come from the basement, where the janitor's office was once located. It's said that the janitor, who mysteriously disappeared one night, still lingers in the building. His figure has been spotted moving down the darkened hallways, and the echo of his keys jingling can be heard when the wind is still. 12th, Crosby Public School, Ontario. The decaying halls of Crosby Public School are filled with stories of the supernatural, drawing curious ghost hunters from all over. The school was abandoned over 2 decades ago, but it seems some spirits never left. Witnesses claim to hear the sound of children's footsteps running through the halls, even though no living soul is present. In one classroom, desks are occasionally found rearranged, as if an unseen hand has been at work. The air grows thick with an oppressive atmosphere at night, particularly in the library, where some have reported seeing the spectral form of a young girl, her face obscured by her long hair. The janitor's closet is said to be cursed, as those who enter often hear a loud banging sound, followed by a sudden drop in temperature. No one knows who, or what, is causing the disturbances, but the school has become a chilling reminder that some places are never truly empty. 13. Queen Elizabeth School, Saskatchewan. Queen Elizabeth School, once a vibrant educational institution, now lies abandoned, its windows shattered and walls crumbling. But despite its physical decline, the school remains alive with ghostly activity. The most famous spirit is that of a young boy, said to have died in a tragic accident during recess. His laughter is sometimes heard echoing in the schoolyard, though no one is there. Inside the school, visitors have reported the sounds of running footsteps in the empty hallways, and doors have been seen opening and closing on their own. The basement, where the school's old boiler room is located, is particularly unnerving. Some claim to have seen a figure standing in the shadows, watching them before disappearing into the darkness. Cold spots and the sensation of being watched are common, especially near the gym, where many believe the boy's spirit still plays. 14. Spruce Avenue School, Edmonton. Spruce Avenue School's long history is marked by ghostly legends. Built over a century ago, it has seen countless students pass through its doors. Some, it seems, have never truly left. The most notorious tale involves a former student who died tragically in a fire. His presence is said to haunt the building, with reports of footsteps echoing in the hallways and locker doors slamming shut without warning. The old auditorium is another hotbed for paranormal activity. Visitors have heard the sound of a piano playing softly, even though no one is at the keys. Late at night, the air grows cold, and strange orbs of light have been seen floating down the staircases. Some claim to have seen the figure of a boy, standing in the hallways, watching them before vanishing into thin air. The school may be old, but its spirits remain active. 15. Hgle College, Toronto. Hgle College, an elite private school for girls, has a reputation that extends beyond academics. Over the years, numerous stories of hauntings have emerged, the most chilling of which involves a former student who allegedly committed suicide in one of the dormitories. Her ghost is said to roam the halls late at night, her sobbing echoing through the building. Students who have stayed in the dorms report the feeling of someone sitting at the edge of their beds, though no one is there. In the library, books have been seen flying off shelves, and the faint smell of roses, believed to be the spirit's favorite scent, lingers in the air. The chapel, a place of quiet reflection during the day, transforms into something far more sinister after dark. The organ has been heard playing by itself, and shadowy figures have been spotted moving through the pews. Hgle College may be a place of learning, but it is also a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling journey through Canada's haunted schools. Each of these locations holds its own eerie tales and ghostly encounters that remind us of the lives once lived within their walls. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more haunting tales. Have you ever visited any of these schools? Share your experiences in the comments below. Until next time, keep your lights on and your mind open to the mysteries of the unknown.